Today we're going to Iowa to play at the University of Iowa, and it's pretty exciting. A lot of stairs. Yeah. Obviously I can't play, but it's still very, very cool. I grew up an hour and a half away from there and watched, a lot of Hawkeye teams play. Very nice playing. I'm from Urbandale, which I normally just tell people I'm from Des Moines because nobody knows where Urbandale is. I'm like about 5 minutes outside of Des Moines. Part of the big reason why I chose Maryland is because it's in the Big Ten and it does allow me to go back to the Midwest and specifically back to Iowa. So this is definitely a trip and a game I've been looking forward to since I committed. Well, this is a picture of me and my best friend Grace, who now plays at the University of Minnesota. And this is just like us in Carver Arena, which is the Hawkeye Arena. Back in I don't even know, 7th or 8th grade, we were at a game. Wait a second. They're literally playing Maryland in this game. This is my first time ever seeing Maryland play. You can see Maryland's in the background, and you can see a couple coaches there, but yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. That was my first time ever seeing Maryland play, and it was at an Iowa game, so. It'll be a little different this year, from the sidelines, but it's still very exciting and fun nonetheless because I get to cheer on my team and support my school while, being at a school that I grew up an hour and a half away from. So it's very exciting and I'm looking forward to it. Here she is, Iowa. See a lot of grasslands, nothing around. So. I can always tell when the plane gets closer to Iowa because a lot of things start to disappear. You get into the flatlands and it's like, oh, I'm home, It's good to be home. Yeah.
Welcome to Iowa City inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. It is tough to win here if you're an opponent, and the 17th ranked Maryland Terrapins are trying to do exactly that against the Iowa Hawkeyes.
On game day, the atmosphere in Carver was very electric. Yes, sir! If there's one thing I know about Hawk fans is that they're very loyal and they show really good support.
There should be a lot of people.
A lot of people, yeah, a lot of people, right?
Coach B is from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, so that's something that I really liked about her.
How are you, girl?
We take pride in our small little state and representing Iowa the right way.
Well, good luck. Thank you. I got this on, but I'm rooting for you.
This game means a little extra more when you come home and it's a homecoming to be able to see just all the people that have had a huge impact in your life between family and friends and relatives. It just gives it an extra special meaning. And I think our players know, it's equally important, obviously, from just a basketball end, another big conference game for us. Maybe an extra layer, they know how important family is to me. But at the same point, when the ball is tipped up, it's go time and it's just playing Maryland basketball. Great team.
Nine-point edge here for Iowa over Maryland. We are at halftime. There's been some missed opportunities here for Maryland.
It'll be interesting to see how they regroup and come out of the halftime locker room.
Got to make free throws, right? Got to make layups, right? We've lost a lot of easy points, which a great thing is, right? Average is out, right? Now we're going to come out this second half, make free throws, make layups, because you're giving yourselves great opportunities. I think your effort and energy has been really high. All right, but understand, we got to keep chipping away. Something doesn't happen for us, next play. Too much greatness in this locker room. All right, we got 20 awesome minutes left in us. All right? Energy does not change for us, right? Energy does not change.
Together on three, 1, 2, 3.
Together.
Coming into the second half, we were energized off of Blair's defense.
Iowa, very efficient moving the basketball, and so they're going to need to against the disruptive hands and pressure from the Maryland defense.
And another turnover that Maryland forces.
She was always active on the ball.
Nice hands by Blair Watson to deflect.
She got so many steals for us that put us in good positions to be able to get a good run, and her leadership right there was just it meant a lot for us.
Austin gets double teamed and she finds Watson in the corner for 3.
Finally, Maryland is able to make Iowa pay for all those offensive rebounds allowed.
They needed that one, their second 3-point make, and another takeaway. Watson has it. Just like that, Maryland's back into it.
Just seeing her work so hard got everybody energized and got everybody hyped.
Defense! Defense!
So once we were getting steals and deflections and tips, it was leading to our offense and it gave us great energy, and I think that was like the turning point of the game.
Here's Charles. Touchdown pass, give the assist to Watson, and Maryland has the lead 42-41. They've rallied from being 14 down in this game.
You can just feel the energy lifting within the entire team, the coaching staff, the bench, the players on the court.
Hey! Hey! Hell of a job taking the lead. Now we don't look back. You easy? We don't look back. Let's go! 5 on 3, 1, 2, 3, fight! Let's go!
When I think of our team's fight, I think back to it was a play where it was me and Diamond, and she was just there with all-out energy, high hands. She gets the steal. I'm like, okay, I got you. Kick it up to her, and she gets blocked. But at the same time, we're like, okay, this is a momentum changer.
Go Diamond! Here we go, Diamond! Diamond gets a run-out layup and it gets blocked, but just the way our team approached her and was just like, you know, should reverse next time. Like, I really think I saw the fight in them at that moment because we had battled all the way back from being down by 14.
Yes!
So it really showed a lot of fight and a lot of heart from our girls and what they did on the court.
Tied at 52 with 4:15 left to play. And Mikesell just forced another turnover.
Every time you step out on the court, you're putting yourself out there. Fight! Good, bad, or indifferent. You know, someone's going to win and somebody's going to lose.
So Maryland electing not to use some of these fouls are going to make Iowa use this shot clock.
You know, tough game, environment going on the road. Not our best shooting night.
Mikesell still off the mark. We'll get another chance at it. The floater is good.
Even though we didn't win this game, which is extremely disappointing, I think the fact that we never quit playing speaks volumes of the character and the toughness and the fight and the pride that we have on this team.
Watson with the quick trigger. And Iowa survives a Maryland charge.
We had the lead. We came back, we fought all this way, and then we just kind of gave it away. We didn't really give it our all to actually win. I wanted to, you know, call that out and just bring that to everybody's attention.
We had the lead, we came back. And I don't think we really wanted it because we gave it up. And I apologize as a leader. I don't think I was there 100% the entire game. And that's me holding myself accountable.
I didn't want to be the only one talking. I want everybody to speak and like give their perspective of the situation.
I know my other seniors feel it, so.
I mean, at this point, really, there is nothing else we can say because we keep saying it over and over again. Like, I don't know what to say.
I mean, it is very frustrating right now just because we're losing games that we know that we could win. We're right there, like right there. And I mean, we have all the pieces, we have the talent. We just need to like put it, like transfer it onto the court.
I know y'all three would love to be playing and contributing. And I know y'all seeing us BS, and y'all want to be out there. Like, we're taking the game for advantage, knowing that they can't play right now. And we need to play for them for. But you said good, you saw.
No, it's just like y'all just a second late to everything.
Our team is really accepting of being able to acknowledge our mistakes and being able to just hold each other accountable, especially in moments like that when we feel like we pretty much left it all on the floor, but it just wasn't enough.
No, what you see, bro?
I've had a lot of talks with the players who hasn't, you know, been able to play in the games, and they just have a different perspective in the game.
I think we just forcing the ball into the wrong spots at the wrong times.
When Shakira specifically asked me to like say what I saw on the court, it just like meant a lot to me. Like it really just, you know, gave me a boost of confidence, and because I feel like I do have a different perspective on the bench, and it was actually last trip at Northwestern, I was hanging out with Shakira and Blair.
They're not good turnovers.
They were just telling me like, you get a different perspective than we do on the court, and you're able to put that into words really well. I think you should speak up more. So for her to actually put me on the spot really helped me a lot because it allowed me to use my voice in a way that I probably wouldn't have.
Everybody on this team is hella talented. Everybody on this team can get buckets. That's why you're at the University of Maryland playing basketball here. But at the same time, like when you're in those instances where you're missing shots or where stuff's not going your way, like you gotta look and pour energy into others so that you're not defecting within yourself.
Obviously this game is, a pride moment for me. It's something I take personal, but even more than that, I just want my teammates to know that, I really do believe in them, and it was very easy for me to showcase that because of their fight.
But I'm real proud of y'all. That we fought in the second half.
It was very important for me to, kind of put my personal and my pride aside and to let my teammates and really my sisters know, like, what you did out there. There were times that stuff was bad, but for the most part, you showcased a lot of heart and a lot of fight, which is something I think in the past we might have been lacking.
It's another thing for us to have these kind of conversations.
That was much more important for me than coming up with the win.
This is what I think, though.
All right, y'all, game goals.
All right, so good morning. We're going to close Iowa, and then we'll, obviously, like we do so well, we'll flip the page, get ready for our next opponent. But, I came across this tweet today by Tiana Hawkins, former alum, we all know, and I thought it was really, really good when you talk about starting the day. And her tweet was, "If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson." So I thought it would make sense, right? What lesson did we each individually learn last night? All right, so we'll go around the room. Shakira, we'll start with you.
I learned, more from my team that, we have it in us, but it's just sometimes we're just not all there. And when we don't know how to pick up our energy, we should be able to, go to certain stuff, just know we're going to be able to go straight into transition, or just know we're going to be able to make the right play, even if other stuff is going to fall.
There's always a lesson to be learned throughout anything, throughout all our losses, throughout all our wins. And I feel like that loss just showed us a lot from a team perspective.
Steph?
I would say I learned a lot about the fight of this team, just the fact that we were able to come back and take the lead. I would say one thing that's changing about our team's communication is that we're more honest, and I think that everybody is more open to receiving, whether it's positive, negative feedback.
Kind of going off what B said, staying locked in, but also not putting negative energy into misses and mistakes. I think moving on to the next thing.
That's great.
I think that we're all really trying our hardest to try and fix it and transfer it to the court.
Now, rewind that. This is on us as a staff, so we'll take the hit, but I think all of us, because the communication is right, is what was our foul situation? We had a lot of fouls to give, right? So our timeout should have been back to you guys, and we take full responsibility for this, is that, man, we should have came out of this and been super aggressive.
After we went into the different things about how we felt after the loss and the things that we want to take accountability for, I think it was really interesting to see that everybody had a role to play. It was nice to see that we all had a little something to give extra.
From the loss at Iowa, there was incredible leadership, I thought, from our team to try to take as many lessons as they could of the fight that it was going to take to be able to go win games in conference on the road. And it started with them. After that game ended, they wanted to watch the entire game themselves.
Something that we were able to do today to get better was watch film as a team, not with our coaches, but just the team itself. It just, brought more awareness of what we could do better. I know from me watching the film, I saw a lot of opportunities where I had a teammate, or I could have crashed harder, or played defense, or I had those mental lapses. And so I think it was very neat that we were able to come together and watch film and hold each other accountable, because we know we could play better than what we did against Iowa.
I think when we watch film on our own as well, kind of gives us a different perspective of the game of oh, what did you see? What did you see? Yes, our coaches see everything and they tell us, but at the end of the day, when we get to come together as a collective and kind of sit down as players and analyze the film, having those conversations is just gonna make us better as a team.
I definitely think the team's communication is changing.
What are y'all committing to do as a team for tomorrow?
we were being truthful, and a lot of people were like noticing and reflecting on what they could have done better. I love the fact that we can call each other out and no one take it personal. And so today in character coaching, we kind of just like let everything out.
Character coaching has helped us a lot on and off the court. You know, this is my second year with them. They've just put a lot of great values into my life and, you know, how I view stuff. Being able to actually reach people and for them to like feel what you're saying and trust what you're saying.
After character coaching, I think we kind of got to be a little bit more vulnerable with one another, because I know the game is kind of hard. You come in and you do what you got to do, but I think at the end of the day we all want to feel like we have a role to fill, and I think sometimes it's hard knowing what that is all the time, but I think Natalie kind of like spoke to us that we have so much to bring as individuals, and now collectively we just need to bring that together.
See how you influence on this team. It's a unity component, but it's also you being accountable to say, hey, I need to bring my teammates along with this.
It was very important tonight because we're at a very critical point in our season where mentally and emotionally, psychologically, this is a loss that could affect us in different ways. So I think character coaching was really important to have tonight because it just brought us back together. And this is the time period where we really need to stay together.
Y'all got to get good at something besides what you're good at in order for this team to be successful, right? And you have to hold each other accountable to that.
I'd say this road trip is kind of a defining moment for us. Like we've had a few in the beginning of our season with a couple of our losses, but I think this road trip it showed us that we have fight and that we have so much to give. And at the end of the day, yeah, we took a loss, but we learned so much about our team and that we have so much to grow. And I think this trip we were really vulnerable with one another, not only in film and character coaching, but I think overall as a whole. And I think at the end of the day, this trip is gonna make us grow as a team. After these last couple days, I think going into Michigan, we'll kind of just see how the tide has turned.
Family! Family! Fights together, not each other!
Welcome to Michigan. Now, we've spent a lot of time talking about the last couple days, and I think we know and we understand the mentality we have to have when we go into someone else's home court. It's a road warrior mentality, right? And understand, it's a mentality for 40 minutes that we have to have physically and mentally in this locker room. We've got to get back to punching first so we can get 10 points or better on the road, right? We have not had that buffer. And you see, late game, it goes to the home team, right? So understand that mentality that has to take place.
Michigan, number 24 team in the country, gets ready to take on the Maryland Terrapins, number 17 right now.
I think when we go into long swings, especially in a trip like this, going from Iowa right to Michigan, it was kind of tough and we were all a little bit tired. But you know, we were like, we got this.
We look tired, but we're still up 6. Way to punch first. They look tired.
Coach B was like, you guys are road warriors. You got to give everything you got.
Hey, we're not tired. We're not tired. It starts at the head with Blair. You know, she sets the tone for us defensively, but I thought all 5 were connected to be able to really be aggressive and turn them into a lot of turnovers.
And now Michigan has turned the ball over 5 times in its last 6 possessions.
I thought that intensity was a huge difference for us within this game.
And with authority, Keila Austin swats it out of bounds. What a terrific hustle play in transition.
If you look back at this game, you saw how much fun we had and just how much fight and intensity that we had.
Go ahead, Blair Watson. She's got 6, one off of her career high.
Good. Drop. Here we go.
Go, finish! Finish! You got it! Yes!
Being on the bench, we call ourselves the Red Shirt Gang because there's 4 of us red shirting. Olivia, me, Mimi, and Shanice. We take pride in how we keep the bench and how we maintain the energy, and because that's what we have to contribute to the game. We like to uplift the players and just try to help them out as much as possible while also getting as hype as possible.
It's awesome because you could see that we've been struggling a little bit, but this game kind of like boosted our confidence, especially for our freshmen. They came out and had a huge night.
The depth off of our bench was critical.
Good job, Faye! Pick it up!
So when you look at Ashley and Diamond, those are the minutes that we've been searching for, with being able to spread that around within our team. And so just really excited to see how well they were able to play for us off the bench.
Maryland ending the game on a 12-0 run.
These guys right here, man. All out energy for 40 minutes, every game, day in, day out. You'll always see them cheering no matter what's going on. We could be down by 40 and they'd still be cheering us on. And all you got is love and support from the back, and that's all we need.
We love each other.
Yeah, absolutely. One big family right here.
Hey, says a lot about you guys, right? I loved the response out of Iowa. It says a lot about your response coming on the road. This is a hard-fought win. Looking at it, the most fun stat, I mean, we won every quarter. We dominated every quarter, right? And, you know, I'm just going to say, I mean, one, how awesome does this feel when you know that you've come in and you went into a very tough environment and, man, you know, took the life out of them, right, with your defense and your energy. You know, bench, freshmen, like, I can't say enough, right? I mean, that's what we have to be able to have within this team. So that's understanding your role on this team, how valuable every single one of you is. You know, every single one of you, what we need to be able to have. So can't say enough just of the energy and the effort. Man, feels good to be able to take those lessons to head home. Life on the road is tough, and then I think when you're out there for 5 days, it can definitely start to wear on you with your comfort level and wearing yourselves down. So just incredible to see that mentality in the last day for us to be able to come out and put it all together. I couldn't be more proud of the fact that I think we took all the lessons that we were hoping to be able to learn from and being able to execute it in this game today.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3, family!